Do you think they really care, or they just want to get right back into trading and start profiting again?
The situation in the Red Sea, it's one of the major transportation canals of the world. We're seeing no ships going around Africa instead of in the canal. Was it necessary to take the steps we did know? Are you supportive of them? And you have been trying to rein in the Houthis for quite a while, haven't you?
I think we're incredibly concerned for regional security in general, and of course, freedom of navigation in the Red Sea is something that impacts all of us. And we think the priority needs to be de-escalation in the Red Sea, but in the entire region. And we are going to engage to make that happen. And part of that, of course, is also making sure that we engage with all stakeholders.
How connected is this with the war in Gaza?
I mean, it's clearly connected, given that it's coming in that context. And in any case, we need to focus on the war in Gaza, not because of the Red Sea. We need to focus on the war in Gaza because of its impact on the Palestinians first, but on regional security in general, and on the risks that it poses for further escalation. And, we've seen now close to 30,000 civilians killed in Gaza. We continue to see civilians being killed every day. We continue to see restrictions on access to humanitarian aid. And frankly, we don't see any real sign that any strategic objectives that Israel has claimed are being coming any closer. So we need to have a ceasefire immediately. We need to set the ground for a credible process that enables the Palestinian Authority, that allows us to have a process towards a peace in the region. This will resolve many of the challenges that we have in the region. But continuing as we are now, continuing to see the suffering that's happening in Gaza is likely to lead to continuing cycles of escalation.
I think many of us were a bit relieved that it did not escalate the situation in Gaza to Lebanon. But what we're seeing now is it has kind of escalated to Yemen and has impact on the navigation in the Red Sea. You also in the kingdom had a rapprochement with Iran. Are you surprised that of the role in Iran when it comes to this situation and with the escalation with the Houthis, or are they not that involved?
I can't speak for the Iranians, but what I can say, again, I just want to make it clear that our priority and our emphasis is on finding the path to de-escalation. And that is primarily, in our view, through a ceasefire in Gaza. That is through serious engagement across the region. But we need to focus on the immediate crisis. The immediate crisis is the suffering that's happening in Gaza. We're continuing to see that going on. We don't see any real prospects for that ending. And I'm somewhat heartened to see that the international community has been moving more in the direction that we have called for since the beginning, which is calling for ceasefires, which is calling for more humanitarian aid. But we need to do more. Clearly, not enough has been done because the killing continues and the suffering continues.